Well, I think that we've got to broaden the question a little bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I think of what does Cabrini Mission Corps mean to the Institute, I go back to the year, the chapter of 1990, which is where it first became very evident in the Institute that we wanted more lay involvement. And that began something that has continued to this present day. Now, by lay involvement, I mean lay people coming to the chapter. This was unheard of. It's unheard of in most congregations. Cabrini lay missionaries, which had already started, I believe, 4 years before that in Argentina, who included couples, individuals, etc., and that still exists today. We started in the United States, okay, with this idea of younger people, doing volunteer service, which we called Cabrini Mission Service. So I think this is all part of a growing sensitivity to a growing openness of the Institute to more and more lay involvement, and therefore also in that the necessity of lay formation, because that's really when lay formation, Cabrini lay formation began. Because how could you have, all these Cabrini Mission Corps and Cabrini lay missionaries and people coming to the chapter and people coming to the assemblies, right, without that further dimension of deepening their background and deepening their involvement in the Institute. So I see, I don't look at it at Cabrini Mission Corps as just an isolated factor. I think it's part of a whole 22-year-old, 25-year-old, quarter of a century, all right, of where the strict divisions between sisters on one side of the divide and lay people on the other side of the divide, all right, has really changed, and that we have lay people moving into our communities and living with us, and more involvement, all right, in mission. So I think it's been a very fruitful quarter of a century, and you have every reason to celebrate this 20 years of Cabrini Mission Corps, and may it be, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, okay? With new ideas and new places to go to, and new involvement of American Cabrini Mission Corps people with whatever their equivalent would be in other countries. In other words, doing it side by side.